Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Inwanye Osereme, and as promised in today's video, I'll be talking about how to behave on a first date. I did a video a few weeks back and I talked about why he blocked you after your first date, and in that video I actually gave reasons why he might have blocked you after the first date, and I promised that I will do a video on how to comport yourself, on how to behave on a first date. I will create another video on questions to ask on a first date, but in this video I'm talking about how to behave on a first date. This video applies to both boys and girls, male and female. So stay tuned, sit back and enjoy. So one of the way to behave on the first date is don't go late. Yes, going late on the first date is actually a bad attitude and it's a bad behavior. And I'll actually advise, when going on the first date, if you have agreed to go on at an exact time, you should actually go that time. If you have agreed to go by, you and the lady, or the lady and the guy have agreed to be there by 3 p.m., make sure you are there by 3 p.m. It's actually good to go as early as possible. Going late on the first date is a turn off for me personally, and I believe it's actually a turn off for other persons. Don't use the word Africa time that most persons use these days to cover up. Lateness is lateness. You have so you want to give the guy or the lady a first impression, and this is one of the first impression. Go as early as possible. Don't be late. Be on time. So another way to behave on a first date is dress up. Yes, dress well, dress smart, be neat in your dressing, and you can actually go online, check all these search engines like YouTube and Google. Ask them how to dress on the first date as a lady, how to dress up on the first date as a guy. Don't go with basically slippers. Don't wear your palm slippers. Don't wear your sandals or whatsoever. Dress well and look smart. Look smart. You may not really dress extravagantly, yes, but look smart in your dressing. Make sure you're on point. Make sure you're looking good. That's one of the way to behave on a first date. Another way to behave on a first date, or another rule I would say on a first date, is use an open place. If it's a first date and you don't really know this person, it's advisable that you use an open place. And more specifically, you can send your pinned location to your trusted friend, maybe your friend or your sibling or your parents. As a guy, do this too, and as a lady, do it also. It's not just for the ladies, because we don't have to be making justice for this person. They went on their first date and they got missing, and that's it. No, when going out on a date that and you know that you don't know this person, make sure you are sharing your location with somebody close to you, just in case anything bad happens. Because the country is not that safe. Aside the country, there are other parts of the world that are not safe out there, and it's advisable to use an open place. You can use a park, you can use a restaurant, but just don't go to the person's house. It's like a residential house on a first date. No, don't use a residential house as a first date. No, it's a no, and it's not wise, security wise. So you have to go to an open place where everybody can see you, so that they can be able to look for traces. Come with your own transport fare on that date. Don't depend on somebody that will give you transport. As a lady and even as a guy, to go prepared. Hold your own transport fare. After you are done with the date, go home direct. As a lady, to don't enter cars that you don't know, like trying to let me drop you off, and you're just meeting. I don't think that's necessary. Even if they try to drop you off, just say, please don't worry, I will actually use a boat, or I will use public transport. That's actually part of the security tips you should take note while going on a first date. Remember, I said first date, somebody you don't really know, you are just getting to know this person, so you should not just be so trusting. Don't be so trusting. That is it on a first date. So another way to behave on a first date is that keep your phone. Yes, after sharing your pin location with somebody, after telling somebody about where you are, it's actually good that you silence your phone and keep it in your purse or in your pocket or anywhere you are keeping it. Make sure that you are actually focused in that date. Conversate well, hear yourself out, and just don't let your phone be a distraction. So many persons actually are guilty of this. In fact, as I'm talking to you now, you know yourself that you're guilty of this. So I'm just letting you know, as a guy, as a lady, keep your phone aside while on the first date. Yes, try to Don't, that WhatsApp message can wait. WhatsApp status can wait. Just all the Facebook you want to check, the Instagram you want to check can actually wait. You have left your house to come and meet this person to discuss physically. I think that's the most important thing at that moment. Keep your phone aside and focus. Another way to behave on the first date is maintain eye contact. Yes, don't stop looking at Kamfachan or looking at the east, like putting your eyes in different locations. I think you should maintain eye contact. You are there with the person, you're the only ones there discussing. Try to keep your eyes fixed. You can actually look at him and or look at her for some seconds and take your eyes away, but make sure that you maintain eye contact. You are getting to know this person, you are trying to observe their expression, you are trying to observe how they think, you are trying to observe how they do their thing. So I think you should actually be there to observe, maintain eye contact with them. You can actually look away for some time. That's one of the attributes of being a good listener. When you talk to them and they're talking to you, make sure that you maintain eye contact and just look away for just few times. Don't just, it's not like because you are so shy and you want the whole people to fall upon you and you're on the date and you're looking elsewhere. Your eyes are is somewhere else. No. When coming on the date, you are actually both equals. So don't feel shy and don't feel I don't have to express it, but don't feel low. You're actually on the same pace. He's there to meet you, she's there to meet you. You guys are there to meet yourselves. So just keep your face up. Yes, keep yourself up and conversate and have a nice time. Another way to behave on the first date is that be polite. Yes, don't be aggressive. It's your first date, for crying out loud. Be polite as possible. Talk nicely to each other. You're just going to know yourself. Be polite to everybody around you, and also be observant. Yes, be observant on the person's attitude. The way they behave to the waitress, the way they behave to everybody around them. It actually goes a long way to tell the kind of persons they are. For instance, if you go to an institute to have a date, and maybe the person you are with a date is just talking so bad about the waitress or just anybody, they are just trying to put people down. You have to be very careful. You may just be on the date to somebody who does not have a good attitude and who doesn't know how to talk to other persons. So one of the things you should do on the first date is that you have to be polite. And another thing is that be yourself. You don't have to start forming accents that you don't have. You don't have to start behaving like somebody that you are not. No, be yourself. It's a first date. You don't have to form. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to start behaving like somebody that you are not. Be yourself as much as possible. Be you, and let the person see you and love you for who you are. That is it. That's why I mentioned about don't be too extravagant in your dressing. Just dress as simple as possible and also be beautiful too. Be yourself as a guy. Don't start um don't start saying things that you know that you can't do. Don't start saying too much that you know that the things that you know that you can't do, don't start saying it. Just be yourself and just be you. Don't be somebody else. Don't try to prove a point, because I know guys, they have this like some of them are proud, like they want to show that I am this, I am that, I am, like they want to just like just to impress the lady as a guy. Even as a lady, say they want to do things to impress the guy and start forming accent that you don't have. My sister, behave yourself. Do just do you. Yes, just do you. Be you. You are uniquely you, so behave like who you are. So that is it. Another way to behave yourself on the first date is avoid mood killers. Yes, most persons are, they will just kill the vibe in the room. So persons will just go there with a serious face and just put your face in a position that I don't understand. As a guy, as a lady, while on the first date, I think keeping a serious face is actually a mood killer. Yes. Smile at some point, giggle at some point, laugh at some point, but don't go and laugh and embarrass yourself. So persons will laugh and that kind of laugh that it's so embarrassing. No, laugh at some point. Like if the conversation is funny, if somebody says something funny, just smile, laugh, giggle. Don't have to keep a serious face like they're asking you a question, you're answering just like you are that you just the way you behave in an interview. No, it's not an interview, it's a first date. So open your face up, smile, laugh, and connect with this person. Another mood killer is talking about yourself too much. It's actually a deal breaker. Don't it's a conversation, so conversate. Let the other person speak. You don't just take over the conversation and the other person is just there listening all the time. Maybe you spent 1 hour in that date and 45 minutes straight you're the only one talking. I think that actually you're not giving a speech. Yes, you're not giving a speech. So it's a conversation. So let the other person air their own opinion and you two talk. Don't take over the whole conversation. Talk about yourself, talk about everything you do, trying to make it look like you are the best and all. That's actually a mood killer. Another mood killer is actually talking bad about your exes, like talking so like making it feel like all your exes are so bad and you're the only good person. It's you're actually sending a wrong message to the other person that you may be very difficult to please as a person. So that's another mood killer. Then the last mood killer I'll mention in this video is actually giving like the other person a pet name while still on the date. Come on, you just met the person for the first time and you already say, okay, babe, baby, okay, sweetheart, what name will I be calling you now? No, it's actually a mood killer. It's a deal breaker for ladies. So, guys, I think you should avoid saying something like that on a first date. So, these are ways that you can behave yourself. You can add your own mood killer to the list. To the list in the comment section below. Just go to the comment section and add your own mood killer. Things you know that are actually a deal breaker for you on the first date. So these are ways you can behave on the first date. I'll just put the link in the description of my previous video on why he blocked you after a first date. I'll create a video on the question that you ask on the first date. Bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If this is your first time watching this my video, try to subscribe to this channel. Put on your notification button and stay tuned for more video content from me. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much.